Hello there, Cancers. This will be your weekly tarot reading for January 11th through the 17th. This will be an intuitive reading, of course, so I'll pick up what I can. If I don't get all the messages out there, I'm sorry. It always is like a huge conversation when it happens. My deck does focus on spiritual and personal development, so that's what we're going to be working with here. Okay, Cancer, let's get started. Universe, what does Cancer need to know? What does Cancer need to know, universe? Top of the deck, clarification if necessary. What does it need to know this week? We get, the all embrace. Crossing influences, the crown, completion, and embodiment. A lot of chatting going on. The higher self is the Queen of Swords, perceptive. Your subconscious is working with the Seven of Swords crisis, whether you not know of it or not, conscious of it or not. Past experience is the Four of Wands, success. Coming up for you for this week is the moon, introspection. Where are you going, Cancer? Your internal world is the Six of Discs, generosity. Your external world is the Four of Discs, stability. Your focus this week is going to be the Wizard, power of creation. I think Gemini got this as well. And overall, the energy will be resurrection, evolution, changing everything into your favor, taking negative energy, turning it positive, and just moving the environment around to something that you desire, especially with the power of creation right here and your abilities to do so. So you're going to be focusing a lot on that. So the general atmosphere here is the all embrace. This is what you're bringing into this week. Really just like accepting this new path of yours, and then it's being crossed by the crown, completion, and embodiment. This is choosing the highest path and the best path in which to go and express this new state of being for you. Now, when we shine light into an area, we do tend to see our shadows, and that's what this introspection of the moon is coming up. But we'll get to that. Your higher self is working with the Queen of Swords, perceptive. This is somebody that, analyzes where they're going to put their emotions, because swords are emotions. Boy, are they. So there's an emotional week coming for you that is in your personal world, while the external world around you is one of plenty, one of movement, one of a lot of financial flow. So subconsciously, you're working here with the Seven of Swords, and this is, as a reader, I pulled this card up for the pandemic and everything that gets tied to it. That was loss of job, that was lack of steady income, that was not knowing which way is going to go. All this energy of what we have all gone through as a collective, really. And Cancers, you guys, you really do care. You're very, very deep, and so you feel connected to everything that's been going on. And so this is your subconscious, like, it still has that energy in there. And trying to make it better, trying to come out of this situation like this is not going to be what will be, okay? Because in the past experience here that you're bringing into this situation is the Four of Wands. This is success. This was walking through the door and seeing the success ahead of you. This is the universe saying, hey, this is the path you need to take. And you're like, yes, it's exactly what I need and what I'm wanting to do. This could been that financial inflow right here as well that has come through, but definitely feeling success in your life. This could be that you are a hard worker and that you're ready to get those promotions and stuff. Now, coming up this week, we have the moon, introspection. This is a lot of people call it the dark night of the soul. I call it discovering parts of you that need to be healed. For you to be solid and steady moving forward. There's a part of you there's a part of your past that needs to be addressed before you can move forward. So let's go ahead and do a little clarification on what this is. It is the King of Cups, responsive, the Ace of Cups, compassion, and the Tower. Another tower this week. Who else got a tower? I couldn't remember who got a tower. Okay, so this is you doubting yourself that you're going to be able to pull out of it. But guess what? guess what? The news is coming. The news is coming, and it hits this week. Okay, so you're going to get some news this week that's really going to make you look inwards and have compassion about this, because it's going to cause a good change. This is going to cause a shift in the way that you perceive, in the way that you accept yourself, is what I'm getting here. That you're seeing a situation in a new way, and you're like, oh my goodness, I have been just so against that situation, that thing that happened. But really, like, okay, say you and a best friend had something that happened when you guys were little, and it was never really talked about, but it caused, some stress within yourself. And then it's like it gets brought up, and you guys are like, oh my goodness, and you understand it, and it causes this new revelation upon you that, you can heal from that situation. Also, if this has to do with finances, you're going to get the word that you're going to receive this. So have compassion for yourself. Don't beat yourself up or start blaming yourself or going into a dark place, okay? Because this is going to switch around for you, because your internal world this week is the Six of Discs. This is generosity. This is someone that gives of themselves, that gives their time, gives their energy. So this revelation with this compassion and this new responsive news that is coming for you, for this dark night of the soul, you're like, well, maybe you felt really bad about something. You couldn't act on that. Well, now you can. Now you can. That's not holding you back anymore, okay? These are tied. This was an environmental thing. This isn't an internal thing. Now, how you processed your environment is internal, and that's what you're having compassion on in this situation. This was long term, okay? It's a new light, a new way of going about it with as much love as possible. Self-love as well here, Cancer. Self-love. I'm really promoting self-love this week, so I'm getting a pickup that we've been through so much stress, you guys. Love yourself this week, because your internal world is Six of Discs, giving of yourself, being able to provide gifts, being able to help those around you, to give your time, give your energy, give your thought, give your presence, that all this stress and anxiety and stuff of the past gets settled. You don't have to focus on it anymore, so you're more present, and you're in more of a situation to be able to provide of yourself, and that's what we all want, is to be there for everyone, be there for each other. This is what we want. And this is where the self-love compassion comes through, that we can break from that. Your external world is the Four of Discs, stability. So really focusing on providing yourself with emotional stability, financial stability, so paying off the big bills, paying off the credit card. You don't have to worry about that later. So this is your external world. It's just focusing on getting all your ducks in a row, basically. Your focus this week is the Wizard, a power of creation. This is you being able to do it all, and you being able to create this in this new environment that you have. The overall energy is the resurrection, evolution. So definitely turning this energy that used to be, that caused a lot of introspection, but with that comes a lot of healing and a lot of self-love. Oh, sorry about that. It was my kitty cat going crazy. And that in itself, like, I forgive this. Oh my goodness, that's beautiful. I'm going to pull one more card for you. Okay, so that's what this energy is about. This is just the outside world, the outside influence. Again, this is not you internally. You are not weak. You are not less than. You are more than. You are a glorious being, and you will rise above, and you will turn all this into your favor. Finances going your way, focusing on stability, my dears. Just don't overindulge in any food or drink, okay? Because we can tend to self-love too much in an area that doesn't really mean a lot, you know? So this is going to be focusing on not all that glitters is gold, keeping up with the Joneses. You know, you're going to be focusing on what is your stability. And when it comes to this self-love, don't do it in a fashion that will harm you in the end, you know? Like, this is definitely material, very materialistic energies here, but it played you to the core because it just caused that much stress and that much lack of compassion within yourself for your situation, you know? But now, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Okay, Cancer, that's what I have for you for this week. You're pulling out of that dark night and embracing this newness. If you enjoyed this reading, go ahead, like, subscribe so you can get that little notification when I post, because I do post weekly readings every week. Go check out my other videos, and I will see you next week.